It is time for yet another spectacular stream with your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek. Let's go. Hello humans, good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, here back with another spectacular stream, and I hope that you are doing well. Welcome everybody. How are you all? And before we continue, I would like to welcome our first few chatters for today. We do have Nile, Cool Beans, and Reeker. Good to have you here. Welcome once again, and thank you for being the early birds for today. Glad to have you here. And also, yeah, as you mentioned, Cool Beans, it's I tend to be very fast, very excited when it comes to these sorts of things. Whoops. I want to make sure that everybody gets, shouted out immediately. But yeah, now that you're here and now that your shout out powers have been restored, I will leave the rest to you. Okay? I will trust you with disciplining my chat. But thank you once again, everybody, for dropping by. It is Friday, July 21, 2023. That time check was brought to you by me, your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, at 10:07 a.m. here in the Philippines. Beginning to get hot right now, but knowing the weather, it is gonna get really rainy very soon. So whether you're going to work or going to school, please make sure that you have your umbrellas, your jackets, your raincoats, your ponchos, whatever kind of rain protection that you have, make sure that you have it ready so that, you won't get sick. You know what they say, bawal magkasakit, mag-crucival, araw-araw. All right, so there we go. And once again, it's good to see you all. We are going to be doing something very different for today, which is we're going to be doing some reviews. Well, let's just clarify some terminology here, okay? We are not rating, so it's not going to be like, oh, this is an A, this is a B, this is a C, not like that, okay? It's going to be just a review. So I'm going to be reviewing a number of different VTuber models, and then I'll just talk about, what parts of the design, resonate with me, or what I just like, and anything that I think strikes me the most about your design. I just want to say this first, that I am not like an art student or something like that, so I don't have advice. And I would not rather want to give advice for your design, because that's not my playing field. Okay, so I just want to say, like, as a casual observer, okay, this is what I see here. Maybe I can tell a story based on what I know, and it may be accurate, it may be wildly inaccurate, who knows? But I just want to go ahead and see, what is in store, especially for a number of you from the Philippine VTuber community who submitted your designs to me. So this is my way also of trying to, promote you as well. So before we begin, I just want to say thank you to everybody who did provide me their designs. I really appreciate you trusting me with this. So we'll go ahead and get started, and thank you once again. But before we go, I just want to read the comments real quick. Cool Bean says, glad to have another Serjay stream after a stressful few days. Well, I hope that this stream will bring a little more color to your day, to everybody who is watching. Whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you're chatting or lurking, you're all welcome here. Cool Beans also says, Serjay's rating is objectively the correct way. I hope so. I would like to hope so. And Reeker says, VTuber Appreciation Day. Hey, yes, it's true. We try to appreciate everybody that drops by, but before we do, let me appreciate you all by trying not to ruin your ears. Let me just turn off something. Hold on. Okay, it's off now. Yeah, I have some kind of like air purifier in the background, and I decided to turn it off because I know it's very loud, and I already have my air conditioner on because I know that in a while it's gonna be super hot at noon, and later on it's not gonna be useful because I know it will rain hard too. So anyway, hopefully it's all set. Let's go ahead and move on to the streaming studio. Okay, so here we are right now. Let me go ahead and put on some mood music. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, so before we get to rating everybody else, it's best that we lead by example, and we'll start with myself. Objective rating. Okay, objective review. We're not supposed to use the word rate for today. But yes, I want to go ahead and like start with myself so that everyone can see, you know, what the review is gonna be like, and for everybody else. And hello, WolfFuu, thank you for dropping by and for the redeem. Can I have a shout out for WolfFuu, please? Be careful what you say, Myluz might be watching. Ah, cool beans. That's the good part, because Myluz is not watching. I timed this precisely because he's away. Yes, Myluz is one of my artists. Is my artist for all of my models, and we'll take a very quick look at everything here. So let's take a look over here. WolfFuu says, I can't remember if I sent my PNG here. Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit after we're done with mine, WolfFuu. So thank you for letting me know. Okay, so as you can see, this is me. Look at this handsome fellow, this color surfing DJ. Yes, so if there's one thing that I'm very proud of for this design, it's the fact that we do have all these color splashes here. I don't call it rainbow because we don't like follow the usual patterns of the rainbow. Even though my Oshi mark is a rainbow, that's like the closest thing that I can get to representing color. I tried a crayon, but sometimes it doesn't look right. It like becomes transparent if you put it on Twitter. So the thing I chose as an Oshi mark was a rainbow. But here, as you can see, it looks like a nice swirly mess of color. And I'm very happy that Myluz was able to make something work out of it, because I know it's not easy to replicate this pattern. And I'm aware that it's also a nightmare for a lot of potential fan artists to do. So what I recently asked Myluz to do actually is to provide this pattern. So I don't know how artists are able to do it, but it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like you just slap this on as a layer and then you can just like remove it, so only the pattern that resembles a jacket remains, so that you don't have to worry about like, does it swirl like this, does it like that? So yeah, I know that this is not, probably people may have wanted to make art of me, but looking at my design, my jacket, it's like, oh no. So I think this is like the best solution that I can come up with as a compromise. Let's just read the chat real quick. Hi Nile, once again, glad to have you here. And Cool Bean says, props to Myluz, your design is pretty iconic amidst a lot of other VTuber models. Yeah, Myluz has a very distinct art style, and I'm glad that we were able to make something different or unique. Nile says, didn't see the shout out. Thank you for that. Just trying to wake up, so browsing Twitter while listening to the stream. Hey, well, thank you very much for allowing me to stay here and allowing me to be part of your wake up. Hi Mia, good to have you here. Can I have a shout out for Mia, please? And yeah, I'm so sorry, Mia, if I'm not able to pronounce your name properly. Feel free to guide me, but for now, I'll just call you Mia, if that's okay. Right? But thank you once again also for dropping by, both of you. And yeah, if there's nothing else that makes me unique, I'm very grateful that we do have the color splash that makes it work. I just, for those of you who are digital artists, I have no idea how you all are able to do this. It's like, look at that. You've got these colors, right? And then I'm like, so as a non-artist, I just look at this and I'm wondering, how do you know which shade to use? Because for me, if I, as a non-artist, if I look at this, I would ask the person, can you give me like the hex value? Can you give me like the RGB? Like that. Because if I look at this with my bare eyes, I'm probably gonna spend like an hour trying to find the exact shade. So even more if I have to like color in my jacket like this. So if you are willing to share your secrets to us non-artistic folk, that would be greatly appreciated. Reading the comments real quick. Nile says, made sure to wake up early so as not to miss the stream. Oh, well, I'll make sure to do my best when it comes to you. And Mia says, all good, Mia's cool. Nice, thank you. Reeker says, the color code. Okay. And then Nile says, if I recall, they can just color pick. Mia says, just glad that there's hex color code website, right? But I'm just looking at this. There's no hex color. So if I were the artist, I just look at this and I'm like, just close enough. It's like, okay, fine, they're not gonna tell. Okay, it's fan art, okay? So also, I know that there's this thing that's been going on in Twitter recently, because Twitter always brings up a new issue every week. I just want to say, if you get fan art from somebody, please be grateful to them, okay? So that's what I tell people too. Before I had this thing, I just told them it's okay if it doesn't match the pattern, okay? I'm not gonna humiliate you in public. No, I'm just saying, I know that this is a nightmare to draw, okay? So just imagine do whatever you think might work, okay? I'm just happy to have a folder of fan art, an ever-growing folder of fan art available. And shameless plug, if you want to draw fan art of me, I now have new guidelines. So I used to be like, oh no, don't draw me like this, get my consent if you want to draw NSFW. But I got inspiration from another fan from another VTuber, and it's like, okay, you know what? Draw whatever the heck you want, okay? If I find it weird, I just won't interact, okay? Just make sure that you know that you use the proper hashtags. So if it's safe for work, use Serjay sketch. And if it's something a little more spicy, then use nsvec fw. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the tags, and one day, I don't know if I'll be surprised or not, but we'll see. But yes, just do whatever you want. I won't limit your creativity. So whatever you want to do, feel free to reach out, and yeah, just let me know, okay? And I will treasure it like I would, believe me, okay? Normally, I'm very quiet when it comes to, you know, being very happy. I think one of my advantages is that whenever somebody like raids with a lot of people, whenever somebody gives me fan art, I'm like, oh yes, thank you very much. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you very much for the raid of 30 people or whatever. But in the back, in my stomach, I'm like, ooh, getting much. But I'm like, yes, that's good. I'm very good at hiding it, is all I'm trying to say. Let's go ahead and move forth. I'll just read the chat real quick before we get to the proper reviews. So, Cool Bean says, real and true, I wish I knew how to make good art. Well, you just gotta practice, Cool Beans. I believe that, you know, whatever art that you make, especially if it's for fan art or whatever, I'm sure that they will appreciate it. I know I appreciate your cardboard, your cutout thing that you made for me. That's really great. I'm thankful for that. And yes, Reeker, I'm very happy we got a proper reference sheet. Okay, so we're done with this. We're done with me. Let's go to the main event right now. So let's go move to this. So if anybody still wants to make habol, okay, go ahead and add your PNGs or reference sheets. And if you see the chat, if you check the pin message, so if you want to follow along with me, but you can't look at the screen, just take a look at the Twitter link that I have here. It will link to this tweet, so you can follow along based on the order, okay? All right, so let me just put a stream marker here. All right, it's time to show them some love. Show some love to our fellow VTubers, yeah? So let's go down here. Okay, so first up, we got Skynyrd VT, yes, who actually posted this originally on Thread because, you know, Twitter be Twitter, not posting properly. So Skynyrd is actually a tikbalang VTuber. And for those who are not familiar with Philippine mythology, a tikbalang is a creature known to have, so think of it like a centaur, but instead of having a human upper body and then horse legs, instead a tikbalang is known to have a horse head, a human upper body, and then usually horse legs as well, and a tail. And if they're sufficiently curvy, I guess you could call them thick balang. Mia says his design looks nice. Yes, it's very nice, very simple, but it really does well. And take a look at the. If you see here, I'm sorry if I can't zoom for some reason, but if you look at the neck, right above the hoodie, you can see the necklace and then the triangle. You know what this reminds me of? Like an agimat, which is like those lucky charms, a Philippine lucky charm meant to like ward off bad luck, bad spirits, that sort of thing. So it's a very nice touch. And as Mia mentions in the chat, yes, the ear chip detail is a very interesting touch. You know, as someone who is a frustrated novelist, that's me, I like to look at character design, and then it makes me wonder, you know, what's the story behind this? You know, why is there an ear chip? Was it because of a fight? Was it because of an accident? So, or was it nothing at all? And there was just, you know, it was just like, okay, let's just put it here because it's cool, which is a valid enough reason too. But, you know, if you want to think about lore, it makes you wonder, like, what's the story behind this? And if you look here, it's very small, I'm sorry, but you can see there's a mole here, down here, and yeah, I think it's just here, right underneath the lip here. Very interesting choice, because I don't think, at least in anime, you know, the signature mole, or the what they call a beauty mark, is usually only on women, especially underneath the eyes, and usually underneath, right underneath the lower lip. So that's a very interesting sight to see. And you can see here, very simple design again, nice brown hair, brown eyes, and then big contrast with the blue and the green. Very nice. Nile says, we have the same beauty mark placement. You probably planned it together, Nile. I guess great minds think alike after all. So that is Skynyrd VT. So once again, that is Skynyrd, pronounced Skynyrd. And what's this? Yes, go ahead and check them out. And yes, named after the band. Well, I think it has the same spelling as the famous band Lynyrd Skynyrd, which is known for Freebird, the guitar solo. The guitar solo that lasts 2 minutes, which is as long as a regular song. And they're also known for that song, Sweet Home Alabama. Yes, it's them. Yes, it's them. So, yeah, very interesting coincidence as well. So thank you, Skynyrd, for sending in your references. Oh, it's a common enough thing. Take your pick, under the eye or under the mouth corner. Oh yeah, yeah, those are like the 2 most common places to find beauty marks. So very, very good point, Nile. Okay, so next up we have Hikari Tala, who is the virtual intern VTuber. Send it in, and very, very simple office wear, as you can see, and glasses. Glasses are always a good touch. We always appreciate glasses in this house. I should know. And also, this is a very, I see this quite a lot when it comes to characters where, you know, they don't really have like the full glasses, so it does not obstruct their eyes in a way. And in some other cases, the only way you can actually tell if the person has glasses is if you can see the metal bridge across their nose and then like the nose pads. There's nothing here, so it's just like the wire. There's no frame here, so you can't really tell that it's glasses. Especially for female characters, it's like they're kind of scared to have like solid frames. But I believe, Serjay, my opinion is that if you want to put glasses on a female character, do not be afraid to commit to the full frame. Don't be afraid to just give them half frames or no frames. I encourage you to try. Yes, I like glasses, okay? And also, you could see here the what do you call? I don't know if this is what you call like Barrett clips. Let me know in the chat if this is the correct term. But usually it's just like one, but it's a common thing, becoming a common thing in like anime where you can form like an X. And it's also like on a lock of hair. So it's not here, like higher up in the scalp, but closer to the edge. And I always wonder, like, how is it not falling? But yeah, that's anime physics. Let's not question it. And also, I like the okay, this is the only time I'm gonna say it, okay? I like the ahoge. From now on, I'll just call it a cowlick. Yeah, because it's a lot safer. Because if I say ahoge, I might say something else. Yes. Okay. And then if you look at the full body here, again, very simple work. And you look here, you could see a more laid back type of office worker look. You see, tie is very loose. The collar is not fully buttoned, which and then also the shirt is not tucked in. So as someone who's just looking at it, it's like, very laid back, very chill, doesn't really care about office decorum. And well, you could probably look at it. It's a very nice contrast, very relaxed get up. And then you have the really bright flame red hair. And then while it can be a bit overwhelming to have like such bright flame red hair, if you look at the eyes, I think the eyes is really a nice contrast, because even from a distance, I like looking at eyes, and it looks very cool blue-green. And I think what makes Hikari's eyes a lot different, or at least the eye area, is that look at the eyelashes. And then up here, we got two up here, and then we've got, it's almost spiky at the bottom, which I think is a very nice touch and something that I don't usually see in a lot of anime designs. So it's sort of like a Venus flytrap in a way. If you're looking at the head framed by the red hair, and then when you go closer to the eyes, you can't help but be drawn in, and then snap, you're entranced. But yes, thank you very much, Hikari, for sending in your reference. I do like the tongue out model, very cheeky, little bit of rero. And also, for those who don't know, Hikari also has, well, I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but also had like a VTuber review show where they're reviewing like a bunch of different VTubers. And, just, sharing the spotlight, telling people about these VTubers. And I haven't been to their streams that often, but I know that they also play games like Euro Truck Simulator. So if you want to go ahead and go on trucking, maybe you can try with Hikari Tala. Thank you once again for sending in your reference. And let's just go through the chat first before we move on to the next. Full frame gang, let's go. Yes, we love full frames in our glasses, indeed. Mia says, oh, hi Talong, good to have you here, and thank you for shouting out Talong. My mind went straight to the other. We're safe here. Niall says, a hodge. Hodgepodge. Oh my goodness, Niall. Very interesting solution. Yes. Nile says, funny because I don't even wear glasses in real life. Well, Nile, that's the beauty of being a VTuber. You can wear the glasses. Or, you know, you could be like Conan from Detective Conan, and you know, you just wear the glasses, but there's no grade. It's just stylish glasses. You know, I wish I could say that I could wear stylish glasses, but unfortunately your boy has astigmatism, so that's not something I can do. And you know the worst part? I can't even wear sunglasses in real life unless they have grades, so well, sacrifices have to be made. Ah, Kiwii! Good to have you here. And Kiwii is a human... Oh, wait. Mark that on my stream. Okay. So Kiwii is a human red panda VTuber. So let's go ahead and take a look at their design. Okay. I say wah, you say wah. I don't know where the wah comes from specifically for Kiwii, but it just brings back, you know, that reference to Ina. So let's take a look a little further here. Very nice model. Orange, yes, I know Cool Beans loves orange. So, yes. And let's take a look at this. So red pandas, I remember my very first exposure to a red panda was from Kung Fu Panda. And it's not like, you know, the giant pandas. So, yeah. I don't know what I was trying to say. But despite that, you can see some resemblance in that, you know, you've got quite a lot of black and white here in the center of the body, which is, I think, a very good design choice, because otherwise it would, you know, be quite overwhelming with orange, the different shades of orange on the tail and then the sleeves. So allowing like just a white shirt separating the very colorful jacket, I think makes it a very nice choice. So your eyes can also focus on the body when need to, and right onto the wah at the center. Very cute model indeed. I like the touches, especially if you see in the middle, or to break away from all of the different shades of orange here, you can also see some green. The green sprout cowlick, and then you could see here the green tassels on the jacket here. There's also a little bit here on the sleeve, and then the tie here on the ankle. And also, I guess it's a very interesting choice because look at that. You got a bandage here on the nose, you know, probably indicating a very active person. Gets in a few scrapes here and there. You also have one right here on the cheek. You know, classic protagonist, active shonen protagonist style. And definitely one on the knees. Okay? I remember as a kid how many times I've scraped my knees falling down, running around at the speed of sound. It's Beyblade! And once again, I do love the eyes. I think it's pretty much the same shade as the cowlick and then the other green accessories. Very, very nice colors. It's really nice to see, again, framed by the black and then the orange, then you could see some green. Very nice choice. Very, very brilliant. And if you look into the mouth, when Kiwii does the smile, you can see the cat smile, the W here. More obvious down here, the little upward V. And then I can barely see the tiny fang down here. Little bit of mischievous ooh ooh, what you saying? Yes. Very cute cat smile. It's very nice. Oh, and also there, I almost missed this. Right here, you see that? Take a look at this model on the upper right. Right below the left ear is a small kiwi-shaped earring. I like this touch. Yeah, definitely harkens to the name, the VTuber name, and really, really good touch. Just a little close up. There, you could see the kiwi slice serving as an earring. Much better. So, very nice. Thank you also for sharing your design, Kiwii, and I hope that you have a good day. Ooh, Hoshimari, thank you very much for the redeem. I'll gladly take that. Thank you very much. And for those of you who don't know, Hoshimari is an artist in the Philippine VTuber community. Very lovely art. Go ahead and commission them. Also does streams like Valorant as well. So go ahead and check them out and be amazed at their work. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hoshimari. I don't know if you've already like working on your new model or something like that, but yes. Aside from that, they also take commissions. I'm not sure if it's still open or not, but go ahead and check out their portfolio. Yes, there we go. English. How am I doing? Well, I'm doing fine, thank you. And I'm doing even better now that you are here as another artist, because we're gonna be reviewing VTuber models. If you want to drop your model here, go ahead and do so. Maybe we can go ahead and take a look at what we like about your design. And there's no rating, by the way. There's no letter ratings or whatever. It's just me rambling about what I like. Which is what I always do in my Just Chatting streams, anyway. Okay, so next up is my fellow member of the Undertones. It's my good friend, RenKonnec. And he and I go way, way back. And I was there. He took quite a while to actually get his VTuber model. So, you know, wait, sorry. Let me think first. Hoshimari says, I'm just here to chill. Well, go ahead and take a chill pill and hope you enjoy the stream. So anyway, regarding Ren, it took a bit of a while to get his model. And then when it finally was ready, we reached out to Myluz so we can have it worked out. So we have something like this for him. And this is his full body model. And if you know Ren, or if you've been following Ren for a while, you know that a big inspiration behind him is Splatoon, just like me. But for me, what inspired my VTuber design from Splatoon was just like all of the different colors. And how mine, if you look at my jacket, it looks like splashes of color, just like Splatoon's ink. Ren's design is more of an inspiration of an ink sona, what we call it. So it looks closer to an inkling or an octoling. Here you could see, if you go zoom in closer, you could see the pointy ears, and then the little flesh fang over here. And then we also have the locks of hair that sort of look like tentacles if you squint your eye a bit. In Splatoon, the hair is tentacles, actually, but this one is like a good way to call back to that. And also, in Splatoon, they also have like a gradient effect. So, black giving way to red, which is consistent with the rest of his design. You will see a lot of red, a lot of black, and a little bit of gray in between. Nile says, I wanted tentacle hair once. Oh, wow. When I look at your model now and I can imagine tentacle hair, I'd like to see that. I don't know how you would be able to make it work, especially on 3D, but I think you can handle that, Nile, knowing your skill. And if you look at the hair, it's okay, so take a look at the hair. It's very soft. It's almost roundish, you can see. But then take a look at the cowlick over here. See that? It is actually very sharp, very thin. If I didn't know any better, it would have looked like a shard of glass, actually. So in contrast to everything here that's a lot softer and rounder, we have something very sharp and angular. Very nice touch. And I kind of find it funny because I was supposed to have like Ren's color scheme originally. Gray, black, and red, and white, and maybe a little gold. But I decided to go for more color, and he had mine. And also, aside from Splatoon, his other main game love is Persona. Specifically Persona 5. So now that I mentioned it, you could probably see the inspiration for the mask. See that? He looks like a phantom thief. And just like with Hikari's eyelashes there, it's you can see the spikes at the bottom of the eye. Interesting touch. Also at the bottom of the mask. Sort of like to match the flesh fang that we have here. No fang coming out of the mouth. No, it's flesh fang. And if nothing else, I love the scarf. The red scarf, you know, classic Kamen Rider inspiration, in my opinion. You know, nothing cooler than having a scarf billowing in the wind. Okay, so that's what I like. Hi Suu Sheese, welcome. I am just reviewing some VTuber models. Currently, we're reviewing my good friend Ren. And yeah, we're just talking about the different things I like about everyone's models. Oh, yes, speaking of which, I don't know if you can see it here, but if you look at the original tweet on your phone and zoom in, the RenKonnec logo is right here on the jacket. And if you look closer, Myluz did an amazing job of incorporating things like a controller, an arrow, a paper airplane, and Ren's mask into what looks like lotus petals. So those are really, really cool. Ah, yes. Based Toku enjoyer, yes. But thank you, Suu Sheese, for dropping by, and we do have quite a few more models to go through, so let's go ahead and move on to the next. Okay, move on na tayo. We're already done with me. Aha! Next up, we have Levia VT, or Levia Nox. Good to have you here. And let's take a look at their model. Sorry. So we can see, again, when I was looking at the model, there's a lot of things that I can appreciate now compared to years ago. Because when I was younger, I despise asymmetry. Like, if you want to have one thigh-high stocking, you need to have another thigh-high here, for example. Okay? But now that I'm older, I think I can appreciate more like asymmetrical models, because now, you know, it tends to draw your eyes to different parts of the outfit, you know, and makes it a lot more noticeable. Nile says, symmetry is, past Serjay would have hated your model. Yes, I probably would have, but good thing you're meeting current Serjay, Nile. All right, and Sushi says, asymmetry is great on clothes. Yeah, I can see what you mean there. All right, so speaking of asymmetry, let's take a look at this. So we got the horns here. Now, first off, immediately I noticed that this horn is larger than the other horn. But at first glance, I didn't really notice that one of the horns was smaller because my eyes were focused, or my gaze was focused more on the hair clip here that looks almost like one of those deep sea fish fins. So it's a very nice way to draw the eye there, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh wait, this horn is smaller than the other. Ah. See? Effective way of drawing the eye, drawing the gaze, yes. And just like what we talked about with Skynyrd's model, right? It makes you wonder, why is one horn smaller than the other, right? So it makes you, if you're looking into lore, it makes you ask questions. Why? And also, if you've noticed, aside from like the shades of purple, and I like seeing how there's like a gradient here towards the ends of the dress. I'm sorry if I'm using the words, artist words wrong, okay? Just correct me if I'm wrong. But it's like how one shade of purple or violet just goes smoothly into another more reddish purple shade. That's a nice touch. But what's also a prominent thing you might see here is all of the different red diamond crystals all throughout the design. So you have one here on the clip, you have another one here on the collar, on the dress straps, here on the bracelets as well, and you also have on the shoes, right on the ankles. So looking at all of that, I'm like, if there was lore here, what would be the reason why all these crystals are here? Are they like, is it because of a magical thing? Is it related to the horns? Because they're also reddish like the horns? Ah. But without thinking too hard, it's a very nice design. I also like how it matches, the arms and legs match. Because normally, if you have, let's say, a thigh-high stocking here, I would expect that to balance it out, the glove, the long glove would be here on the right arm instead. But instead, they really tried to cut their body in half in terms of accessories. So the long glove goes on the same arm as the stocking. And then the bracelet is matched by the garter belt. I hope that's a correct term. Garter, or whatever you call this thing. This thing is a very nice touch, yes. Yes, I noticed this is also being used a lot more often in terms of VTuber designs. You know, especially if you wear a miniskirt. Usually a garter is also used to substitute for like a thigh-high stocking. So it's a nice touch. But here you have best of both worlds. But yes, I just want to ask people who have experience wearing thigh-high stockings, is it hard to bend your knees while wearing this? Because I've never worn this. I've worn skinny jeans, so that's my closest reference. So I would assume that if you like bend your knee here, it'll like roll down a bit if you're not careful. So I'm like, so in the chat they're saying, no, not really, it's okay. It's not hard, but there's a tendency for the top to slip. It depends on the person, really. I don't like thigh highs because it feels constricting. Yes, I understand what you mean regarding that. Especially if I look at some VTuber references when they include, you know, thigh squish, which is very nice to look at. I will admit, I'm not gonna lie. I would be lying if I'm saying, you know, thigh squish is not appealing, but I look at it sometimes and I'm like, oh my, doesn't it hurt? Breathe! Let it breathe! But that's just me. Again, design choices, whatever. That's their choice. But yes, design-wise, thigh squish is nice. Just don't do it in real life. Okay? It's probably not safe. Especially if you have it, you know, constricted for that long. I should know. I wore, what do you call those? I wore those kinds of socks. They're kind of tight. They squish your ankles because that's what some people use, especially if they sit down for long periods of time. Compression stockings, there we go, or compression socks. So they compress against your ankles or up to your knees, and then especially if you're like diabetic or if you're older, it helps promote blood flow, because if you sit down for a long time, the fluid or the blood is gonna pool down onto your ankles and it'll make it swell. So having those on are supposed to help promote the blood and fluid flow. So yeah, just trivia of the day. I probably should make like a command on Stream Elements called trivia, because when I make a tangent and I'm just gonna say exclamation point trivia, I'm sorry, Serjay is going on another trivia bombardment, okay? Bear with it first until he goes back to the topic. Nile says thigh squish supremacy. Interesting. Is why most thigh highs need a belt to pull up. Yeah, with a garter, yes. And sometimes beauty is attained through suffering. Ah yes, the good old tiis ganda, or the good old tiis guapo. Oh my goodness. Nile says, I have stockings as part of my cosplay and they're pretty tight. I've worn them to sleep once and they're fine, I guess. Probably cause I'm also thin, so it doesn't squish much, I guess. I guess if you like wear something that's really ill-fitting, then probably it's gonna hurt a lot more. So thank you. Also, Levia, you know what they say. Pun time. I Levia design. Woo! Okay, there we go. Okay, let's move on to the next person. Let me mark that on my stream. Okay, so now we have a newcomer. It's Lady Emilia de Fleur. All right, yes, it is a super detailed dress. Goodness gracious. Look and be amazed. Okay, look at that. Okay, so Emilia is the Grand Duchess of House de Fleur, from a family of jewelers and florists, known for our eye for beauty. Yes, definitely shows. Yes, she really has the air of a lady. Okay, and even before we get to like the dress here, take a look at the expression list over here. Ah yes, milady. Even before we get to the dress, okay, look at the expressions in the center. The expressions are very subtle, very subdued. You know, it's very befitting a lady, you know? The surprise is just very small widening of the eyes, closing of the eyes, perhaps in contentment or frustration. And then, like, anger and disappointment is like just a subtle darkening. And then the blush is very well controlled. So it's like, you know, trying to definitely conduct herself like a lady would. Okay. Very interesting touch, even before we get to the design. which I will admit is really, really fancy. I feel the gap in between us already, just looking at it. You've got the very fancy tiara over here, and then the necklace over here, along with the jewels. I believe, let's just say these are pearls. And then you have the dress here with the long gloves, and then off shoulder, but it looks also like petals. If you look here, see, so you've got the flower over here, and then here on the side, you could see it looks almost like flower petals in the way it's flowing down. And if you look closer here, look at the white frills. The design almost looks, the lacy design almost looks like flowers as well. And then here, if you look at the gloves, it's lace as well. Lace and flower designs too. I had to squint, but look at that. Lots of flowers. Flowers everywhere. Really lets you know, really enforces the flower theme among it. Hey Ren, good to have you here. Welcome. We are actually done reviewing your model. We love it. Glad to have you here. Can I have a shout out for Ren, please? And yeah, it's a very nice silhouette, Suu Sheese. And also, if you look here at the stocking down here, you could see more flowers on the shoes, and then vines. It's a nice thing just to match the dress here towards the dress. So more vines, and then all of the different flowers that adorn the bottom of the skirt. Okay, so I hope those are artificial, but then again, they're probably not. because I think I've seen this like in real life too, where if you want to go like a super fancy wedding dress, you can have like flowers sewn onto the dress, but the only problem is that, they're gonna rot. So every once in a while, you will have to like spray water onto the dress so it does not wilt. But knowing Lady Emilia, she probably can make it work. Immaculate, gorgeous, very fancy design. I love it. And also, just, the very nice striking eyes. Same shade, similar shade of purple with the bottom parts of the dress. And the hair, just look at the hair. Look at the way the hair is parted, okay? I've watched enough anime to know that this screams Ojo-sama. Okay? The way the hair is parted like that, the way it goes up and down like that, all that's left is that it has to slightly cover her eye. And then it reminds me of, like, since Ren is here, like Mitsuru Kirijo from Persona 3. But yes, this is like definitely like Ojo-sama, princess-like hair. All that's left are the ringlets, but that would be like way too obvious. So instead of like having ringlet locks here or drill hair, instead it has, this magnificent amount of hair here at the back, which, if you think about it, almost looks like, an array of vines, branches, and stuff to contrast with the flowers in the front. So I don't know if that's what they were going for. I'm just making stuff up based on what I can see. Okay, so, but if that was that was their choice, then yes. But if not, then, well, I did my best. But this, whatever I may say, I'm in love with this design. It's very, very regal, fits the character very well, and I hope to see even more of them around. All right, so let's take a quick look at the chat here. Ojo-sama laugh. Wait, I'm not doing it right. I didn't put my hand closer. Clip that. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, anyway. Perfect. Okay, so let's move on to the next person. So we do have Shenj here. Good to have you here, Shenj. An owl tamer. And with their companion, Aster, a star crusader owl. Very nice. So let's deep dive into the design here. So as you can see, first thing that made me notice again is the red bow on the hair. It almost looks like owl feathers or bird feathers pretty much. Yes. Orange, indeed. Cool beans. Orange represent. I actually thought that this was brownish, but whatever. It's close enough. And you can see here, lots of brown here, all over, in the stockings, into the shoe, into the boots, and here to the sweater as well. And I have yet to actually see someone wear this in real life, but look at the hand, look at the sleeve. It has that thing where it has a hole for your thumb, so instead of having to buy fingerless gloves that would that you would have to buy separately, you know, to warm your palms, just stick your hand in here and then boom. You're all set. And then you've got the overalls here, and then again it kind of tells a story that one of the overall straps is down, possibly suggesting, you know, someone very active, not really focused on tidiness, because they're going around trying to tame the owls, and owls can be quite rowdy creatures perhaps. But I also love how the hair locks here frame the face. And again, that makes it even better, because even from a distance, I can see the purple eyes. And look at the irises. It's crosses. I don't see purple on any other part of the body. So having it just focused on the eyes, it really reels you in, you know? So if you're already drawn to the head because of the very large red hair ribbon, again, the eyes are there to like really catch ya, like an owl catching a rat. And also bonus, really nice mascot. Aster looks like a very chill owl here. I don't know what the key is for, but with the jewel here in the handle, lore-wise, it's probably worth something very brilliant. Or maybe the key is just used to unlock the pockets here. Perhaps there are some dark secrets inside these overall pockets, and nobody knows. Only Shenj knows. Oh, sorry, this is not an overall. These are not overalls, pala. This is an apron. My mistake. But yes, very, very, very simple design. It does tell, you know, that this is like the story of a hardworking girl, you know, trying not to get her hands, you know, that's not afraid to get her hands dirty, and loves her job as an owl tamer. So thank you, Shenj, for sending in your model. Greatly appreciated. Before we continue, let me just keep it to me again, because I know we still have a lot more. Okay, so let's keep going further. Okay, so let's move on to Tala Hayami, the shooting Tala. And for those who are not familiar with Tagalog, Tala means star, and it's very appropriate with the design. Look at all of the star tattoos here. All over the left arm and then the right leg. And a little bit more here on the waist. And also, the very nice touch here is that you can see here the lines almost look like gusts of wind going down. But if nothing else, that makes it, you know, so it like flows. It's like it gives the impression that the stars are flowing, and with the way that the arm and then the leg is there, it flows downwards. Almost like shooting stars. And I'm like like shooting stars. Yes. And then to contrast with the yellow of the stars, we do have a lot of black and gray here. And then we have some gray. And then the very nice touch on the boots, which looks almost like ink. Or almost like space black in a way, you know? How if you go into the center, you go further and further away, and then there's nothing but inky black space. So that's what I think, okay, is the inspiration behind this. I could be wrong. They could be socks, but you know, they don't look like they have like a clear start or end. It just fades into black. So my lore mind is thinking that this is like some kind of magical thing, but I could be wrong. Also, I do like how the two-tone hair. This is a very uniquely anime thing where you can have the outside of your hair one color and then the inside of your hair one color. And that really reminds me, since you mentioned Suu Sheese's stockings, that reminds me that Panty and Stocking is gonna have a new season. So Stocking, especially with her own two-toned hairstyle, so that really harkens back to that. So yes, I do love how this is done. So, you know, to give a break for a break from the other blackish grayish parts of the body, you've got the purple to like really like almost like brighten up the blackish parts, so to speak. Otherwise there would be no contrast and it would all just blend in together. So this was a nice choice. And then we have an alternative outfit here. There's a lot more yellow here to match the stars. Along the belt, along the frills here. And I like the change in hairstyle. Got it in a ponytail, a lock here, and then another stray lock here. And then, you know what? Ever since I saw this kind of hairstyle from Saber in Fate's Day Night, I fell in love with this kind of hairstyle. You know, how you're just able to like braid the hair like this and not touch the rest, and then, I don't know, make it fall down. That's something I think is really difficult to achieve. But, you know, just seeing it in action, it's just, wow. It is really amazing. And, you know, because here in this outfit you have the skirt here to separate one leg. Like you can really tell that this is the right leg because it has the stars. This one is the left leg because there's no stars. So here, since Tala is wearing a shorter skirt, you know, the best way to tell the legs apart would be, you know, you've got your stars here and another star, just one star here. So very nice choice. It's a very nice outfit. I love the frills. Compared to earlier where it's a lot more flowy, a lot more, you know, just simple. This one is just, it just frills and stands up. You know, it like really announces, okay, that Tala is here and Tala is ready to perform. It's really nice. Sushi says, Undercolor is so fun to have in real life. Is that even possible in real life? I don't know. You'll have to tell me. And Sushi says, so many star or moon themed VTubers in the Philippines. Yes, we do. I follow quite a few star or moon themed VTubers, a few moon goddesses, a few shooting stars here and there, but it's nice, like you said, it's nice to see their own different takes on, you know, what could be like a very limiting theme, which is stars or the moon, and make it work specifically for themselves. So I like this touch. Oh, you had it twice now. How difficult was it, Suu Sheese? All right, so in the meantime, well, while Suu Sheese is going to answer, we're going to move on to the next. So thank you, Tala, for sending your design. Let's move on to Tin. So welcome, Tinenin, to the show, the big boss of Bayanihan. And let's go ahead and take a look at the right design first, because that's like the costume that I knew them for the longest time in. So as you can see, we do have the naval theme coming in. Sailor outfit. Very simple. It's a very old-timey sailor outfit with a scarf here, and then the buttons, and then the sleeves. And it's a nice touch to have the red here to break away from the different shades of green, make it stand out some more. And also we also have the earring here. Very good. You know, it kind of reminds me of like pirate earrings in a way, which really enforces the naval theme. And not to mention, we have the paper hat boat here. Excuse me, paper boat hat. Sorry. But yes, very nice touch. And you know what? I like, again, younger Serjay would have said, put it straight on your head. But now, I like how it's here on this side so that more of the hair can like stand up, you know, in contrast to that. And I don't know how the only thing that this reminds me of is like an idol costume. You know, how like if you watch idol performances, or like you play Love Live or Idol Master or whatever like that, how they have like those tiny top hats on one side of their head, and it's kept there like because of a clip, or maybe you're wearing like an Alice band, a headband, and then it's attached there. So it's a nice accessory to have without covering your entire head, or the entire top of your head, excuse me. So it's very simple, does a very good job, and I like the gradient on the hair. Makes it really stand out. And bonus, full frame gang, let's go. Full frame glasses, yes, we love it. Commit to the full frame gang. Okay, there we go. Yes, we got that out of my system. Thank you. Now we take a look at the Filipiniana outfit. So, compared to earlier, we have a lot less green. So it's not the entirety of the dress. It's over here. It's just over here. Yes, it's Tinenin, actually, Reeker. So this is the fancy party outfit. So we do have the shawl here. I don't know what this brooch is supposed to be. It looks almost like onigiri in a way, like almost like a rice ball, but then it has like black ears. So I don't know if it's supposed to be Tin's mascot or something, but in any case, it's a very cute touch to something that's very, very classy. Classic pearl necklace, gold accessories. So you could tell Tin actually had a haircut in the transition. And I love, again, I like the touch of the braided hair here, and then capped off with gold. Whatever you call these things, it's like it holds the braid in place. But yeah, I like this. And despite though the hair is shorter, it still has the gradient here, which is a nice touch. And the hat still has to stay. It doesn't need to be fancier. That doesn't need to have gold trim or whatever like that. Just keep it nice and simple. You could tell that's tin, definitely. And yeah, full frame gang. Let's go. And I don't know if this was like a if there's like a reason behind this, like a lore reason, but look at the 3 dots of green here on the dress. So it, you know, it just draws my eye here. I don't know what that is, but very interesting. Ah, now that I look at this, okay? Look at the texture of the shawl, okay? I think I know why now. Look at it. Doesn't it look like a wave? By the way, Rain, thank you for the hydrate and for the lurk. I'll go do that in a bit, and welcome to the show. Can I have a shout out, please, for them? It almost looks like a crashing wave. Look at that. See? Goes from the bottom here, and then whoosh into the crest of the wave, where it's almost white. So, I hope I have this right, but I love the touch here. Almost like a giant tidal wave coming closer, and it leads the eye towards things like the pearl necklace and to Tin's head. So nice touch, Tin. Rain says, keep your beautiful voice protected, Lodi. Why, thank you very much. I'll do my best. I'll drink some water now. If you want to go ahead and support Tin, don't forget to join the Bayanihan Discord server, which is home to a number of Philippine VTubers, where you can also go ahead and, how shall I say, you know, schedule collabs, play games together, and all that jazz, and show Tin some love. Thank you, Tin. Okay, so next up we have Rinkachii, the Penguin Mama. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Oh yes. Okay, first things first, okay? One reason why I love this design, red. Okay, I may have a lot of colors, but red will always be special to me. So, and also speaking of colors, for those who haven't tried yet, go ahead and enter ! color to know your color fortune of the day. Let me just do that right now for myself. Yes, orange. Anyway, so red, really good. I like red. Bonus points. All right, so we've got quite a lot of red, and it can be a bit bright, but that's where we have the black vest here to contrast with the red sweater, the red ribbed sweater. And also, I'm very glad that Rinkachii also has this pattern here on the beret, because if it were just a solid color, you know, it would probably not stand out that much, or it would not hit this at the same level as having this pattern here. And if I recall correctly, I think this is called tartan. Whatever, I'm not sure. It's not plaid. It's definitely not plaid. It looks more like, I think it's tartan. It just reminds me of Scottish kilts. You're more likely to find this pattern on a Scottish kilt. And seeing it on the beret is, you know, it really draws my eye there. Oh no, Reeker, bad luck again. Oh no. Well, there's always next time. And then, if you look here, look at the lock of hair here. So to contrast with the brown, you've got pink here, which is sort of reflected in the eyes. The eyes are a little more purple, but at least it's closer to the lock of hair here, so it helps stand out some more. And then the only other shade of color here, look at the earring. It's light blue. So if everything else here is just red, brown, black, or pink, then you've got blue here. So something like to draw your eye to the earring as well. So, and I think because there's no ear or earring here, I think it's just one. So again, asymmetry. And I think what I like about this sweater is the ribbed, not aside from the rib texture, is that it's exposed here and it has these X straps here, almost like shoelaces in a way. So it's a nice way to like break the pattern of the ribbed fabric. So at least to show, oh, okay, so you're looking at this and then, oh, whoa, okay, this is nice. A nice contrast. So I really like this. Very nice. Whoever made this work, chef's kiss. Love it. You can see here it's a little more obvious. You can see the lock of hair. It stands out more against the brown. And also the purple eyes. And not to mention the smug grin. It's like saying, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Very, very nice art here. And look at that, very, very cute. This is where the penguin mama comes in. Look at that. And we get a closer view or a complete view of the dress. So I was wrong. There are two earrings, actually. So both of them are blue, and they're also matched by these two at the bottom of the skirt. So very interesting touch. I was wrong. I'm glad to be wrong. No. Yes, a couple of penguins, actually 3, but very nice, contrasting with the vibrant reds here. I like it. And here is the one without the hat. And now that I see it, look at that. There's a crescent moon here above the teardrop. Nice touch. Nice touch. I like it. And look at the design on the eyes. Looks almost like a flower, actually. So, very, very nice overall. I love it. Again, red is good. Red, me likey red. I'm a simple man. I see red, I like. Sorry, just a second. Let me get something. Okay, it's almost lunchtime, by the way. Don't forget, everybody, you may be watching me by lunchtime, so make sure that if you haven't gotten yourself a snack yet, or if you aren't eating, you're free to put me in the background, okay? You're more than welcome. Just take a bite. It's alright. Hello and thank you for becoming a fellow human. Lemon Square na below. Glad to have you here. You are human number 596. Hello. And for those of you who are watching who have not yet followed me, if you like what you see and you love what you hear, why don't you go ahead and give me a follow and help me get to 600 followers here on Twitch. We only need 4 more. Alright, so let's move on to our next design by Sun Tortol. Alright, let's take a look here. As you can see, very inspired by a turtle design. Oh, look at that. A blahage. I'm sorry, okay? I watch a lot of clips by the VTuber Rin Penrose. So Rin always pronounces the IKEA shark as blahage when it's supposed to be blowhai, but whatever. You know what they say? I'm cute. I'm cute. I can get away from it. Get away with it. But yes, very nice shark plushie over here. And as I notice here from Sun Tortol, very consistent color scheme. You've got the very light green, almost like silver or white, and then the darker shade of green here. And then you've got pink. So the green is over here at the parts of the body which probably would go resemble like a turtle, and got pink for the boots, and then more green, and nice interesting peach pocket over here. Very nice. But what really strikes me the most about this design, look at the sleeves on the jacket, okay? It almost looks like tortoise feet, okay? You could see here the gray claws, and then towards the end of the sleeve, you could see all the little, almost looks like rocky bits, which you could normally find on like turtles as well, like their scales. So it really helps to remind you of the inspiration behind Sun Tortol's design. So if the tortoise shell backpack doesn't really convince you, then I think the sleeves here will. And I think this is like my favorite touch on this design. I love it. And also, you can take a look at the bow. I also like the pink bow. It really helps to strike, to make the head stand out above, above all of the greens here. And it's a different shade of pink compared to the boots as well. So it really makes you like look at the head first. So I like the design, very nice. So thanks again, Sun Tortol, for submitting your design. Let's move on to the next. WolfFuu, let's go! Hello everybody, welcome to say hello to EchoWolffee, your wolf spirit shrine guardian, yes. And let's take a look over here. As soon as I saw this design, the first thing that came to mind was tactical. Okay, definitely if you want to go do some like tactical missions all alone on enemy lines, especially like in a forest and stuff, green would be your best friend. Green and some black and gray. So this is definitely EchoWolffee when they're in business. So as you can see, very, very form-fitting. But just to make it a little stand out a little more, you have all of the pockets here. And the jacket is flared out a bit also, so you could see. And I love the fur collar here, kind of matches my jacket as well. And even the katanas have some shade of green on it as well, along with the gray. This one though is a little more red, which is great because it helps contrast with the gray and the green and everything. And I like this yellow golden thing too. I don't know what this is supposed to be. If it's like a gigantic zipper. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. Or maybe like a whistle or something like that. I don't know. But that, just having it there and not knowing what it is, it makes me question, what is this about? And I think that's a very nice thing to think about, Again, lore, trying to think about it. And the designs are broken up by other things. So at least you can see, especially with the jacket, because unlike the pants, which have like lighter shades of gray pockets to like break up the potentially monotonous pants, you've got white stripes here a lot. So really, really, you know, draws your eye. You can see the characters here. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Chinese or Japanese. Then you've got the pocket here, and then the number 01. I hope it's 01 and not 09. 07, excuse me. But yes, it doesn't really stand out. It doesn't really like announce to the world that you're here, which goes against like tactical quote unquote outfits. So this fits into the theme of EchoWolffee, the boss of the wolf den. So make sure you go ahead and show Wolffee some support, especially when they return. So thank you, Wolffee, for sending in your design. Let's move on to Suu Sheese. Okay, it's time. Let's go over here. So Suu Sheese, another red panda. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. Works at an izakaya. Can I have a discount for some yakitori, please? Yes. So yes, similar to Kiwii, we have Suu Sheese, who is also a... what's this? Also a red panda. So let's take a look at their take on it. So we do have the tail here. I love the tail. And also we can see... ah, okay. These look almost like the tassels that you would find on... like you could find on Japanese shrines, or like you would see on the floats in Japanese parades and festivals. So interchanging red and white. So it's a good contrast to all the darker colors, the purples, the blacks, and then the darker browns. So it's very bright, and you could see that here. And also we have the really, really nice floral print on the sleeves here. I assume that it's the same for both sleeves. And then also the yellow here above the skirt, right here on the tassels. Also, which is repeated here on the blouse where the cutout is. And I love the brooch over here. It's mango, fish eggs, and celery. So it's a California maki brooch. You can go ahead and go to KFC, order a California maki twister. I'm getting hungry right now. Thanks a lot for reminding me, Suu Sheese. Okay, and you've got the white color here, again, to make it pop out compared to the darker purples here. And the facial markings, really nice. And the ears and the hair all have the white, which is kind of similar to all like what red pandas have. So very nice touches. I like how festive this looks. So it's really, really nice. So go ahead and check out Suu Sheese as well. So thank you again for taking the time to drop by. I especially love your eyes, okay? The glow, the gradient, how it goes from purple to blue. It's really nice, okay? So I don't know why if I would say keep it up, but just, yes, be proud of your design. And at least if you're hungry, you have a portable snack here. I also see the golden chopsticks. I didn't notice it immediately, but I like the golden chopsticks on the California maki brooch. I don't know if the brooch is edible or not. You'll have to tell me. But again, very cute touch. Love the design. Thank you for sending it to me. Okay, next up we have Mayora. Mire, Magic Mire here in the house, yo. Okay, so if you want to see someone, an amazing singer, and also awesome with tarot cards, go ahead and check out Mire's streams. And this is, if I recall, this is a more recent costume. Originally, Mire is more of a witch, but this is a more recent one. And as soon as I saw this, I was thinking disco. You know, disco queen, dancing like that. And I was right, because this says, over here, it says Disco Diva Fever. I think it's the bell-bottom jeans. It really gives it away. If not the bell-bottom jeans, then at least the bell-bottom pants, rather. Then if not that, then the white the white boots here with the stars. It screams disco for me. Not to mention the glitter. Glitter is like really like disco aesthetic. So to contrast with like a witch costume, we do see like very bright. So Mire's design, if I recall correctly, is like has a lot of purple, magical purple. But here you can see a shift to more yellow, gold, brighter. So especially on the disco dance floor, you want to stand out. So you really want to maximize it with all of the glitter, all of the shinies, just to make people notice you, which I think is a very nice touch. And there are hints to the original design with the top here, with the purple, and here on the inside of the jacket here. Very nice. And yes, sleeveless. Be proud. Yes. There's something really different about jackets like this, huh? With no sleeves. The right to bare arms. And then if you take a look here on the top, you could see near to the head. So amidst the darker brown shades of hair, you could see the greenish blue earrings. Very nice touch. And I think even the lipstick is shiny, actually. And I just noticed that the eye color, it's a nice purplish blue. It kind of matches the moon here. So very nice match. I like it. Oracle form, disco diva, whatever you call it, I call it awesome. So thank you once again for sharing your costume, Mire. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so next up we have Nana Jiei, who is a Fox familiar, soon to be VTuber, but you can go ahead and check out their commissions and their portfolio because they are an artist. So yes. And I know in their recent posts they want to be like a biker. So I can tell from this design that this is very biker inspired. You've got the bolero jacket here, very puffy sleeves. And I like the touch of both horns and bat wings. And then the locks of hair here almost look like fox ears in a way. And then it frames the face, more hair here, along with the golden eyes. I like that touch. I don't think, among a number of VTubers that I run into, golden eyes are not really that common. So it's a very nice thing to see here on Nana. And we do see more gold here in the belt clip, or the belt buckle, and then here on the choker, and on the epaulets here on the shoulders. And then very nice contrast of the white compared to the dark purple pants. And again, this is just like what happened with Rinkachii. You see? So instead of like making it a very solid pant shape, you know, just to give like the eyes a break or something else to draw the gaze. So you can see here the X straps here, and then the belts. So good design choice. I like it. And I love the tail. Big bushy tail, goes from pink to almost white, and then back to purple. Very consistent also with the hair. So it's very nice. And here's another look at the design. I love the bike. Again, keeping with the colors, purple, black, white. Nice. I like the foxfire too. And another close-up look. So this is without the jacket. So there's, oh yeah, it's fishnet. It's fishnet underneath. And here, though, is another take. So there's no fishnet, but there's a cutout here instead. But I like the gloves. I don't know. Artist people in the chat, you'll have to tell me, is this like drawing or artist gloves? Because if I recall correctly, if it's like an artist glove, you need to cover like your bottom fingers so it does not smudge the ink. And then here, again, nice accessory. Here is the chain on the ear. Okay, so maybe it is an ear. Maybe it's not hair. Because if I look at it here, it has that like white tip here. That white tip that you usually find on fox ears. So this is probably like an ear piercing. Very nice touch. I didn't notice it immediately. So, very interesting to see here. Okay, so those are artist gloves. Okay, no. Does not smudge, less friction. Gotcha, gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Nana, thank you for sending your email. Your email? Excuse me. Sorry. Nana, thank you for sending me your model. I greatly appreciate it. Hope that you will have a successful VTuber career in the future. But in the meantime, go ahead and check out their art. And speaking of art, let's make sure that we show some respect to my artist, Myluz. So, finally, Myluz has a body. Yes, we actually talked to him about it. It's like, okay, Myluz, you need to have, where's the rest of your body? And now we've got it. Look at that. Because for the longest time, Myluz's logo was just the head. The head and the headphones. And then it was only recently that we got the bust. And now we've got the pattern jacket. Also the cargo pants here, or cargo shorts, or board shorts, whatever you call these things. Basta, they're like cargo pants, but they don't go all the way to your ankle. And then the feet. Look at them shoes, man. In my favorite color combination too. Black with a little bit of red and then some white in the separation. Really nice. And if you look at the headphones here, this is like a newer touch. You could see you've got the face, the smiley face here. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be teeth, but it's probably like a tongue, you know. And the nice beady eyes, and then the art. Really nice touch. And then this has always been here. Ever since the beginning, Myluz always had this quirk in the design, which is one eye open, the other eye always closed. And the mouth, I do not know if it's supposed to be like stitched together or something, but yeah, it makes you question, but I've never questioned. Miles Morales shoes, according to Suu Sheese. Oh, okay. I think I can see what you mean. I think I can see what you mean. Interesting, interesting. And I actually never associated Myluz with purple. So having more purple here, along with the accessory here on the headset, it serves to break away from like all of the reds here, and then the gold and then the brown of the pants. So it's a nice thing. So for those of you who don't know, go ahead and check out my good friend Myluz. He's not taking commissions, okay? Let's be clear. But just in case he becomes available, go ahead and check it out. He's also not a VTuber, but he has the avatar ready just in case we collab in the future as the Undertones, along with RenKonnec. Okay, so watch out. Okay, so thank you, Myluz, for sending in your design. Let's move on to the next. Alright, so we do have the very first person that actually sent me their design, and that is DokiDukie. And yes, as the title implies, they are a donut VTuber, not ice cream. Okay, let's get it right. And I like the design here. Look at that. Strawberry pink icing shirt, and then the occasional locks of hair, also colored like that, and then the golden brown of a donut on the hair, and sprinkles. I like that touch. Makes it, you know, really sells the idea of the donut, yeah. Cool Bean says, the donut actually translates well. I was wondering what those sprinkles were for. Well, now you know. Oh my gosh, it's probably because I'm hungry, but you know, since this is roundish, it reminds me of a Timbit or a Munchkin. But yes, again, don't get it twisted or don't get it confused. It's a donut, not ice cream. And I like how the eyes have a very brilliant purple in comparison to the pale pink or lavender or whatever you call this shade of pink on the shirt and on the color on the locks of hair. So it's really nice. Make sure you get it right, otherwise he's not gonna be very happy. DokiDukie, thank you once again for sending in your model, and I believe you were the first, so greatly appreciate it. Let's move on to the next. And we have WolfFuu, ang bunso ng bayan. Yes. We do have two pixel arts here. So we can see here one with the red eyes and one with the blue eyes. I like it. It stands out too, you know, very simple design. It translates well to pixel art, which is a nice touch. And then here are the art styles. So again, very simple. We do have the brown jacket, which stands out compared to the gray of the hair and the tail. And then just to make sure that it stands out a little more, we also have it contrast against the dark bluish gray shirt. The hair is a bit messy, but that would also probably indicate, like, points it out to more like a wolf, more of a wild style, unkempt, like that. And then very nice touch on the blue eyes. And I like the ears, very nice. So all in all, it's a very simple design, and it also sells well the fact that we're looking at like a wild wolf, you know, unkempt, but very, very simple and very, very effective. Also, look at that. Oh, look at that cute plush chibi design. There's a lot more red here. Plus points already. I like how it looks. It's a very cute design as well. So, and also according to WolfFuu, new model incoming. So go ahead and look forward to that, and hope to be around when it finally comes out. All right, Cool Beans, thank you for the lurk, and appreciate you spending your time here. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, Mia, it's time. It's your turn. All right, Mia, if you were able to survive this, and sorry we took very long. It's now your turn on the chopping block. So this is Mia, and they are, let's see. Okay, part of the Miaverse. Yes. First things first, if you take a look here, there's a lot of purple. Okay, purple and black. Okay, so despite that, we do get to see a lot of, you know, parts that stand out, like the different shades of purple on the hair, and then the eyes have a very brilliant shade of pinkish red, which matches the one earring here. I like it. Very nice to see. And also, I would like to point out that, you know, just looking at the lips and looking at the eyes, I can already tell that this was done by Amaris Luna. It's like if you've noticed, if you've been observing someone's art for long enough, you can tell that this is their signature. Like the blush on the lips and then the eyes. It's like, and the similar facial structure. It's like, ah, yes. Okay, I can see the resemblance there. True enough, when I check this, same. It's kind of like, if you look at very realistic Western comic art, you think Alex Ross, almost like an oil painting. If you look at it on a video game version, very realistic, photorealistic characters, then that's Shinkiro. So looking just the very first glance at this design, I was thinking, ah, Amaris. I could feel it. And I was right. So we do see here the X clip as well. And then we do have the piercings covered by this chain. Very nice. And also, I mentioned earlier, it's all just purple and black, right? But you can observe we've got some green here. So a green jewel on the choker. And if you're looking, especially like on Twitter on your phone, you can see here, not only do we have the green here, but also right here, right above the navel, we have another green teardrop jewel. And right here on the leg, on the garter, on whatever you call, on the band, excuse me, this is not a garter anymore, it's a band. And we also see a lot of chain motif here. So chains here, a chain link here on the choker, and then the smaller chains here as well, which help to draw your eye to the jewel as well. And the nails, the painted nails also are, if you observe, they are also alternating purple and black. So it's very, very consistently done here. Purple, black, with just a few hints of green on the accessories and the chains. So it makes you wonder, like what we talked about earlier, what's with the green? Or what's with the jewels? Is there anything important about it? So it makes you think. But this is a very simple outfit, very minimalistic, but it does speak a lot to me. So thank you for sending me your model, Mia. I greatly appreciate it. And if you need to take lunch, you may do so now. Thank you. Hi, Hikari Amaris. Glad to have you here. Welcome. We'll get to your model eventually. I am so sorry to everybody who was waiting for me to get to their models, okay? I'll get there eventually. I am sorry. Okay, so next up we have Rosen Abendroth, the destroyer of worlds, the strongest swordmaster of Shiksal Academy, Luneterra. Good afternoon to you. Oh, it's already 12. Sorry. Okay, so first things first. I like military uniform inspired outfits. So we do have the overcoat, the coat over here. And then we have the cap, the commissar cap. And then we have the tie. Really nice. So we do have... So what do we have here? We do have a lot of black here. The occasional brownish. And then red for accessories. So I like the choice of silver hair to help stand out, and the red eyes as well. Look at those eyes. If you look at the pattern on the eyes, it looks almost like concentric circles around the silver. So that's a nice touch. Simple red necktie, and then around the armband here you could see a rose design as well. So that's nice. Ties into the name Rosen. And in the brown glove, you could also see a red stripe. Again, red here serves more as highlights or accessories to take away from the black. So you've got red here on the armband, red here on the glove. If you look closer, even at the collar, you've got a little red here, just to sort of split the rest of the jacket from the collar part. You've got the red here on the collar of the shirt as well, and then the red tie, and then the red on the headband of the hat. And aside from this, you could see here on the hat, the X almost looks like flower petals in a way. And you can also find it here. If you look closer to the boot, each boot here has that split X red pattern. So it makes me wonder, how is this related to this? You know? So where, and is this like a military emblems or something like that? And then the red red armband with a rose. Does it also mean like an indicator of rank? So that sort of thing, okay? Those are the kinds of questions that I'm thinking about. But I also wonder, is that for a gun? Very interesting choice. Again, asymmetry. We only have one holster here on the left leg, probably for a gun, because, and the belt here. So we got a belt here. There's probably a sword here hidden somewhere, but yeah, we do have the belt here for a gun, for a holster, excuse me. Is it a family seal? Maybe it is. I would think that the rose is more of a family seal to tie in with the name. But again, this is just me guessing, lore, but I love how simple it looks. It still speaks of business, all right, with a few personal touches here and there, all right, without being too overly formal. And I like it. And again, I talked about this earlier, but like wearing thigh-high stockings might be awkward, But I also wonder, like, if anyone ever wore thigh-high boots. Rosen's boots are just right below the knee. So imagine having to bend like a leather boot. If you bend your leg, what would it be like if you have to bend a leather boot at the knee? Oh my goodness. Probably not fun. To be moments, right? But anyway, that's not really the main topic here. Thank you for sharing your model, Rosen, and greatly appreciate it. Okay, Nile, it's your turn. Ah, yes. Opening with a very nice quote. When you gaze long into the abyss, the abyss gazes also into you. He who fights monsters must take care not to become a monster. For when you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at Nile Pereira. Nile shares the same name as you. So yes, this is a recent redesign for Nile. And let's go ahead and take a look here. We were talking about how past Serjay would probably hate Nile's design now. And I can see why. Look at the asymmetry. But now that I'm older, I can appreciate it. So look at that. I love the hair. This has been a consistent thing in your model, Nile, from both the previous and this one, how it goes from blue and then it edges to purple or pink, excuse me. And same with the horns. I like how it goes from white to purple. And before we do proceed, okay, I just want to point out, I love the logo. It took me a while to get it, but I was like, oh, okay, that's an N and that's a P. Ah, I was like, oh, you, okay. I see what you're doing over there. All right, so going back to the appearance, so I love the brilliant looking eyes. And we have the beauty mark below the eye, of course. And the marking, I don't know what the markings here on the other side are. There's probably a lore related reason that is hidden here. But we love full frame glasses. Do not be afraid to commit to the full frame glasses. So thank you for being an advocate, Nile. And also, from what I can see here, there's a lot of, how would I call it? Spikes. For lack of a better term, spikes. So we already have, or no, excuse me, sorry, not spikes. Points. Points are very prominent in this design. So we do have the horns, we do have the pointy ears. We also have the flaring of the clothes. See the glove? It flares to the outside, giving it an angular look to contrast with the curve of the body. Same with the boots. They flare out to the outside as well. Instead of just like, molding into the shape of the leg, it flares out, which I think is a nice touch as well, It makes it stand out more than just making it like almost like skin tight, and it kind of blends in with the rest of the arm or the leg. I like that touch. And then we have I think the most distinctive part, which is the points here on the left hand. On the left hand only, the good old stabby. And since the left hand, or the left glove, has the points here, to contrast that, we do have the spiky armband on the right arm as well. So which stands out even more because there's no glove here on the right hand. Instead, it's just a simple hand glove. And I like the fact that the band here is matched by the band on the leg as well. So it's really good. I like how too that even though this is, so let's just not look at the accessories here. This is pretty much all black, varying shades of black and gray. Yet somehow, with precisely using those shades, you can still see things like the band here near the waist, the collar, the turtleneck collar, and then you could see here the crisscrossing patterns here from front and back. So at least the problem with black in this character design is that sometimes everything looks flat in comparison. So in that way, this is a very good way to go around that, black and dark brown. So at least it lends to a sense of depth. You can see the parts that stand out a lot better. So good job, Nile. And I like the boots. Where everything else here is form-fitting, the wrinkles on the boots make it stand out a lot more. So good job with the design. I love it. Thank you for your patience. And we'll move on to the next design. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Kira, the Sucky Fox, the head mod, my head Twitch mod. So here you can just see two different models here. And all you just need to know about are purple, blue, and gray. Very simple. Very simple. But you know what? It works. It works. Especially with how we do have the blue collar and the blue skirt to break apart and isolate the purple top blouse over here. And it's good too that the shade of purple on the hair and the horns is also different, just to make sure that, you know, one part does not disappear behind the rest. And that's a very good idea. Even the tail, if you look at the tail, is definitely a different shade, so that's nice. So these are Kira's designs that I've known for the longest time. And this is their new PNG avatar. Again, full frame gang, let's go. And now in the PNG, you could see very nice cross star shaped design on the eyes. I like to see that. And then we have more accessories. We still have the blue half moon here, the hair clip. I like that. And then we now have a little more color variety with the white and then the black over here, and then the purple. We still have some more purple. So in the absence of a purple blouse here, instead we just have a purple necktie, so it doesn't really overwhelm along with the purple background here. So I think that's a very nice change to Kira, and I thank you for sending in your design. Greatly appreciated. Okay, so we do have Fulmonya next. Yes. All right, so this is actually a surprise because we got both their designs. And for the longest time, this is the design that I'm used to seeing. The one that resembles Neko Arc. So if you've played Melty Blood, or you know Tsukihime, the visual novel, you know what I'm talking about. Good in you. But yes, this is the one that we see a lot more often. And we do have a lot of blue on the design. There's a lot of blue here that you could see here. Different shades. And yet, it's broken up with the whites here on the top. And we also have the different shades, the different reds here, you know, just to make it look less like a solid shade of blue here. And then we also, I'm not sure where the orange comes in, probably here. But these are very important because otherwise, if we don't have the white and the skin, then everything is just gonna blend into each other and make blue, which is also not good. So it's a good choice to have these bright colors in contrast. And then we look at the full-size model. And as you can see here, this skirt, if you look at the skirt here, it looks almost like a Roman soldier's skirt. It becomes a lot more prominent here. But you can also see that instead of looking pretty solid here, it looks more solid here in the Neko form. We have it more like a hologram up here. And now that things are scaled up more, you can see that the red spots here look almost like speakers. So, very interesting choice. Almost makes it look mechanical in a way. Especially if you look at the legs, you can see near where the knees are, it looks almost like mechanical legs with the lines separating them at the bottom. So probably cyborg, who knows? This part here could be like to help bend the joint in a way, maybe, who knows? But I also like the inclusion of some purple here towards the belt area here. It's nice. And more belts. And headphones. Nice touch. I like headphones on people. And also the twin tails. Since we talked about Neko arc here, this reminds me a lot of Rin Tosaka. Okay, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to incite a war for the people who play Fate Grand Order who watch Fate Stay Night, but yeah. Thank you, Fulmonya, for sending in your design. I greatly appreciate it. We can now move on to the next. And that is Sola. Yes, the Nerade VTuber. So, trivia! Okay, so the Nerades are featured in Greek mythology, and there are 50 of them in total. And Sola refers to herself as the 51st Nerade. So why was she then not really mentioned along with the other 50? It's probably because she's so busy playing Apex and stomping on other people. So yes, an amazing VTuber. Go ahead and check out Sola. And let's go ahead and review her reference sheet. So here you could see blue. Really see blue. You can really see blue. Sea blue and SEA, sea blue. Very simple design. And you could see here, I like how, to contrast with the long blonde hair and then the blue clothes, we also have the yellow and red flowers here, just to bring your eye to that part of the body. And then we also have the starfish clips on the head as well. And then we also have more jewelry as well. See? So you do have the chains here on the top of the head and the blue teardrop jewel to break away from the blonde hair, and some more jewels here. And also we see more of this around here. And then there's a tiny red jewel here, just, you know, so it's not all blue. There's a little bit of red here, and then the yellow collar. And just to make the hands look a little less empty, we do have the blue bracers, and then same with the feet, the ribbons on the shoes as well. Very nice design. And if you look closer, I'm sorry I can't zoom in, but if you look closer over here, if you have like Twitter on your mobile and you're zooming in, you can see that the pattern, they have a floral pattern here on both the skirts, right? So it's a little bit harder to see here, but here on the darker skirt, you can see more prominent floral patterns as well. And also you could see here, what's this? The tail. So it's just a long cloth here, but with how it is shaped, it looks almost like a fin, a tail and a fin. So it really harks into the nautical naval theme that we have here. So again, I like how the use of blue helps to break up the blonde hair, because the blonde, if we're not careful, the blonde hair is very closely matched by the skin. So we need to have something that stands out. So blue is a very good choice. And then having the addition of these red and yellow and orange accessories is a very nice touch. So yes, thank you very much, Sola, for sending your design. Hope to see you again on another stream. Let's move on to the next. Hey, it's Kani! Let's go! So this is Kani, and this is their newer design. And you could see, first thing that you could see here, okay? Look at this design and tell me you don't think of Gundam. Okay? Char Aznable, full frontal, who else? Milliardo Peacecraft, bunch of all of you know those guys, the rival pilots with the masks on them. So immediately after seeing Kani's new design, we see, the mask, which is a very nice touch, but still recalls their old design, because if you see here, you've got the eye and the antenna of the crab, and you've got the claws that frame the eyes. And if you look at the eyes, take a look at the pupils of the eyes. It's concentric circles. Kani has the Rinnegan. Oh no, get away, it's the Rinnegan. Oh my gosh. And then I like the use of green here. It helps to break away from the purple and the dark red here. So, and it also lends to this almost, you know how old tech usually uses like green screens and green glow and stuff? So it really sells the fact that this is more like if you look at it in a more lore way, it's like a mechanized Kani in a way. Why does Kani now need a mask? And what's the deal, Right? It's a very interesting detail. And then I like the dark red lock of hair here. Goes back. Again, people need to appreciate slicked back hair like this. And it looks almost feathery in a way. And then we've got the ponytail. And I like the collar here. This looks like almost like a metallic futuristic priest collar, actually. So earlier with Fulmonya, we were talking about Rin Tosaka and Neko Arc. Now with Kani, we're I think Kire Kotomine from Fate Stay Night. Yorokobe Shonen, rejoice, young man, like that. Blah blah blah. I mean, it really looks almost priestly with the collar and then the dark red here with the vestments, and then almost like wearing a purple stole. So very intimidating design. I would say Kani is more like a boss character. a final boss character. The question is, does he go 3 times faster? Because that's a meme in the Gundam community. So anyway, let's take a look at the next. Okay, so there's the smirk. Yes, you have fallen into my trap. Yes, there we go. And if you want to use masks in your character, don't be afraid to use a mask, because some people might be afraid of using masks if, you know, because especially if it covers their entire face, they're worried about, you know, not being able to emote as well. But if you use like proper lighting, proper shadow and angle, you can really sell that there is a difference in expression. Even if you don't look at the mouth of Kani, which is a giveaway, I can already sense like there's a more smug or like a more insulting superiority here compared to like the smug here. So just a tip for those of you who want to have masks in the future. Now this is someone that I did not expect. So I did not know that Kani had a gender bend model, but really, really cute. And if you look at this, look at the eyes. It almost looks like moss green, you know? Like the moss that you would find on rocks by the sea. So it's really, look at the detail on it, you know? It's like you could almost get lost in them in a way, right? And then there's more strands of red here to differentiate from Kani as well, the male Kani. And we do have the classic, you know, long sleeves look. Don't try it in real life. It's probably not safe to have super long sleeves. But this is anime. We can pull it off here. And Kani doesn't, Kani doesn't have it here, but I see here the crab claw emblem here on the jacket. So that's probably available on the other parts of the jacket, so that's a nice touch. And good use of silver, like on the collar here, and on the belt, and on the lines, just to break away and not make it a really solid black. It makes the different parts stand out a lot more easily. So there we go. Ah, kawaii. Thank you, Kani, for sending in your design. Glad to have that you participated. Now we move on to the next. Hikari Amaris, it's your turn if you're still in the chat. Okay, so let's take a look here at Hikari's design. Astrologist VTuber. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, first off, before we move on to the costume, okay, I already love the expressions. It really sells, you know, it's very, very expressive, okay? So we've got, you know, like, viewer-kun, you're so silly, you. And then we have the mo. Why are you saying that? And then we've got the really excited pupils with the stars in them. That's very nice. And there's also the gremlin. And then the old baka. And then the evil plan. Okay, so in short, in my head canon, Hikari is a tsundere. Gremlin tsundere thing. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's just my head canon. Just disregard what I said, okay? But if there's one thing that I really like about Hikari's model, again, red. Love the red hair. Okay, red is good. Okay, I think people might know this, might realize this, but I like red. And I like red hair a lot also. So I guess maybe that's why I like Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail and Tsubaki Yayoi from Blaze Labu. Yeah, I like red-haired women with swords. Okay, I guess it's my type in anime. But yes, so we do have red here, matched with the red eyes. I like that. And just to make it, you know, not so overwhelmingly red, we do have the blue ribbon here on the braid, and we also have, I love the planet's hair tie here with the concentric with the rings. That's a very nice touch. And this is like the only part of the body where red is like the majority. Hi Kira, welcome. We actually reviewed your model already. Just to let everyone know, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go review the VOD and then like tag you or reply with like the timestamp so you can see your reviews. Okay, so don't worry if you missed it, and if you did miss this but you want to watch from the very beginning, you can check out my VODs channel. But if you want to see my daily YouTube shorts or highlight videos, just check the main channel there too. Subscribe, hit the like button, click on the notification bell. Anyway, so glad to have you here, Kira. Just relax. We'll go ahead and continue. And here, okay, so you do like Urza. Okay, very good thing we were thinking the same thing, Hikari. Okay, so also, so I said red is really a big part of the head, of the upper half of the body, but here red is only part of the accessories. So we have it here on the clips of the dress, and here with the ribbons on the shoes, which is a nice contrast as well. Beret. I love berets. Okay, I love wearing hats, but berets have like a special place in my heart, because as I keep mentioning before, I hate asymmetry back then, but just the fact that a beret looks good even if it's tilted to one side is a nice thing. So yeah, I like how it looks. I love the blue ribbon as well, and the golden crescent moon clip here. And then we have a lot of gold trim to be able to differentiate the collar, for example, from the rest of the cape, just to be able to see. And this is my favorite part. I like the touch here. So it's a good thing that you included the zodiac calendar here, because it's not clear here. I'm sorry if you can't see, but if you're watching the pinned message where the tweet is, if you look here, you can see the zodiac symbols lining the cape here, and also on the dress as well. That's a very nice touch. I like how it looks. It really, you know, leans into the astral space theme, which I find very nice. Very, very nice, Hikari. And also the dress, and also if you look on the inside of the cape, it's a night sky. See the stars? It's a very nice one. Details! Details! Yes, very nice. And aside from that, this is it's almost like a Victorian dress. You have the poofy sleeves here with the frills here. Right after, you have the tighter part of the sleeve, and then you have the frills here as well. I don't know, I noticed this in a couple of other female models, but they have this part where like there's an underskirt with frills, and then the top skirt that is split right here and joined by chains. I've never seen that until only recently. So this is a very interesting exposure. And then you have the knee-high stockings here with the belts. Very nice touch as well. So yes, all in all, I love the design. Plus points because it's red. Red hair. So yes, good job. Thank you very much, Hikari, for sending in your model. Let's move on to the next. Well, if it isn't Karemaki Chan. Yes, Karemaki, and this is their most recent model. Okay, so let's go dissect this. Okay, so here we can see again asymmetry. We do have the blonde on one side of the head, and then we do have the black hair. And then, as you can see, most obviously, we do have one black glove and one red glove. And also, just so you don't know, Karemaki's lore is like, they're like a cyber cat. And you could see here, you could see the joints. Even here on the knees, it's a lot more obvious because it's their lore. Here on the skin as well, and the shoulders. So it's like, if you have one of those figures, you could see it's like the ball joint that you could help to make it bend a lot easier. So going here from the hip, probably going down here to make it move the leg. And then we have the knee, probably at the back. Also, the fingers have their own, and the wrist especially. If you look at the wrist, you could see where the joint is separated, and also the elbow. And this is something that I really liked about their new model, is that with the red left arm, that brings back to mind Venom Snake from Metal Gear Solid 5, who had a red prosthetic left arm. So I don't know if that was a deliberate touch, but I like seeing the resemblance. So whether they're watching the VOD or watching live, correct me if I'm wrong, but I like seeing the touch. And besides, it's red. Okay, you can never go wrong with red. And then another thing here, I think in their previous model, both eyes were visible. But now, if you look here, so we only have one eye visible here. And if you look underneath the hair, it's like, you know, plating, black plating here underneath the hair. So that would make you question, you know, what happened here? You know, was there like an accident? Or maybe the skin that served as like the surface probably is missing now? Who knows? I don't know. But it just makes you think. And if you look here at the cutout, you have the brooch here. It looks almost like a cat. It also looks like a cat here. And then you've got red on one side and green on the other. And also, love seeing the green lines here, just to make it, again, if you have a prominently gray or black outfit, having lines like these would really help a lot in making it stand out more. Yes, make it a lot easier, because at least you can tell, this is where the ankle begins, this is where the knee begins, this is where the elbow is. So keeping that in mind, these are great design choices. And see, more detail on the brooch here. It looks like a cat head resembling Karemaki's head. So you can see here again, it looks like plating underneath the hair. So again, makes you ask questions. What's happening here? And then it looks here, I don't know if these are supposed to be Karemaki's ears, or these are the ears, or this is supposed to be like antenna or something. So it makes you question. It makes you question. But again, focal point here is the brooch. And if you go further back, you've got the Venom Snake arm. I'm sorry, but I just like Metal Gear, okay? I played it a lot. I never finished Metal Gear Solid 5, so if and when it comes to the Switch, as part of the MGS collection, I'll make sure to stream that. So thank you, Karemaki, for sending your model. Greatly appreciated. Let's move on to the next. And that is Sloppy Barrels. Another artist. So if you want to go ahead and commission them, go ahead and check out Sloppy Barrels. So here we see here a more animal resembling avatar. And I do like the large ribbon here, the large waist ribbon, and it flows right over here as well. Oh, hi Fulmonya, welcome to the stream. Yeah, let me go ahead. Kira, I'll let me know if you're ready to take the role, okay? But for now, I'll do this shout out. Hello Fulmonya, welcome. We already did your model earlier. Thank you for sending me both. And yeah, we went through both. Yes, good old Neko Arc Fulmonya, and for lack of a better term, Rin Tosaka Fulmonya. But again, for those of you who did miss this, I will reply to your posts when I have time, and then send you the timestamps, and it will also be available in the YouTube VOD, which will come in like 24 hours from now. Okay, Ren, take care and stay safe. Thank you again for spending time with us. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's go back to barrels over here. So you can see prominent color is a lot of pink, a lot of purple. And we do have green to help break up the colors. So on the horns, we have a band on the horns and on the ears as well. And again, the waist ribbon is a good way to break up the dress onto the top half and the bottom half. And also, if you noticed, you can see here that they have an eye motif over here. Okay, so take a look. From the wing clips over here, you could see these orange eyes. It's also here on the arms as well. It's on the dress as well. And here on the brooch. So it's just there's a lot. So it makes me wonder, especially since the eyes are also, it looks like they're implanted here. It doesn't look like a band or anything. So like, is this part of Barrels' body? Is this like, you know, some kind of magical parasitic thing? Who knows? Okay, but it really makes you think, especially how on the arm, it contrasts with the band here, because this doesn't look like something you could just take off. So it looks like it's stuck there. So it makes me question why. But aside from that, very cute model. I love the horns. I love the windswept hair over here and the ears. And normally on animal resembling avatars, usually they would have things like the ears or the horns stand out above the hair, so it kind of looks a little more prominent. But despite that, even though it's within the level of the hair, Barrels was able to make it stand out precisely because of using different colors, especially with the green to help highlight it even more. So good job. Thank you once again, Barrels, for sending your model, and go ahead and check out their art. They do amazing art, especially the time lapses on TikTok. And yes, those are genuine time lapses, unlike the ones that you've seen on Twitter, which is just AI art. Okay. It's my channel, so I'll just say I don't like AI art. That's not my cup of tea. Okay, so let's move on to the next person. We have Oreo-san, the Plague Doctor. So 2 old models and 1 new one. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So just a quick look. We have perhaps the old model and probably another old model. And then this looks more like a new model based on the hair texture. So let's go through each of them. Okay, so first off, we have the old this model here. Very simple, but I like the white streak in the hair. That's what I've been missing. I keep calling it like a white lock of hair or something. It's supposed to be a streak. English, Serjay. Anyway, sorry. So we have the white streak of hair, and also we do have the tactical combat boots and then the holster on the leg, and we do have some nice use of color here. We do have the green striped ascot, which is great for making the neck and the head stand out more from the black shirt. We also have the brown holster with the test tubes, which also makes it also note that, yeah, we're looking at the right side compared to the left side, which has the sword, the rapier. And again, the difficulty of making outfits like this, which are almost entirely black, is how do you make each body part of the body like stand out more. So having the belt here with a darker shade of black makes it a lot easier to tell the leg, and the brown of the weight of the pack is a good idea, along with the sword. And here we have the ascot, so nice touches. And then the one that actually intrigues me the most is if you look at the left hand, it's wireframe. It's been digitized. I don't know the lore reason why, but it makes me wonder, what happened to this plague doctor that their hand became like this? Especially if you look at the wrist, it looks almost like a mechanical, like hologram projector. So is this hand solid? Is this just, like an illusion? Who knows? But at least, aside from looking pretty ordinary here, you've got something futuristic here. So that raises some questions, if we have a lore to look into. All right, so now we look into this other model here. So if this is like the brave beginning explorer, we see here someone who has dug too deep. We still have the familiar streak here, but now we have the shades and then the plague doctor bird mask as well. We also have the addition of the fur trimmed coat as well, and it's a good idea to have the gray trim to help separate the jacket from the shirt as well. And the wrist device is hidden, so it's a bit hard to see the hand, but I can tell it's there because it's not as bright compared to this hand here. And if you look at the tentacles, okay, just take a look at the tentacles. You can see 5. Doesn't it look like a hand that's about to grasp you? Diba? It's like a hand that's trying to reach out to you, which really sells this, this image of like an intimidating plague doctor that's summoning an otherworldly being to try and get you. So I like this design. It's a nice touch. Kira says, Kai Oreo futuristic, Kai Arst non-futuristic. 2 opposite plague doctors. That's true, yes. Very true. Arst is more like classic European plague doctor, Renaissance style, but Oreo is definitely more futuristic so it's a nice touch. And Nile, I saw that, Nile. Oh my god, my favorite tentacle swear. Summoned by the word tentacle. My goodness. Hi Gab, good to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Can I have a shout out for Gab, please? Things escalated quickly, yes. We were fine here, and then tentacle. But yes, I do like the look of, especially with how the tentacles bend. They look almost like fingers bending at the knuckle. So again, it really sells the idea that these are like hands, you know, coming in. Yes, Gab, these are VTuber reviews. So definitely something we can look into doing more in the future, I think. Okay, so here is, oh yeah, by the way, Gab is another VTuber, and he is also an artist, so you could go check out his art as well. Really distinct, blocky art style, but really nice. Okay, go ahead and check it out. Also, the creator of a webcomic series where the characters are based on different kinds of kakanin. So there's your trivia of the day. Go ahead and check out Gab. So I would assume that this is the new model because the streak looks different and the textures are a lot more detailed. But despite the detail, you can see here that we've lost the coat, we've lost the glasses and the mask, and even the ascot. So it looks like, if we look at it lore-wise, okay, it's like Oreo has lost, you know, has been through stuff, okay? Look at the eyes. They look really tired, you know? And, what's this? Just doing what he can, thumbs up. I guess, you know, because Oreo lost even more of his arm to the digitization or something, I don't know. But yeah, Oreo's just gonna keep on trucking. Like, yeah, we're doing okay. And then the conscience behind him is like, are you sure about that? I'm just making up stories, okay? But I like the return to simplicity here as well. And again, because the outfit keeps the same black, complete black color, it makes the streak in the hair stand out some more. And even more, it makes the wireframe arm stand out. So if we are focusing on lore here, it makes even more questions to ask. How did a digital hand like this get even worse? So there's some questions to be asked there. So again, simplistic, but it can lead to interest. So thank you, Oreo, for sending me your model. Let's take a look at our next one, which is Erkhand Weiss. So here's Erkhand Weiss. We do have two models here, a gladiator class outfit and a centurion class outfit. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at both. I can see what they're talking about. All right, so let's take a look at the gladiator class. Level 1 gladiator, level 100 centurion. I'm sorry, the meme, it was very tempting to make the meme. But okay, so let's take a look at Erkhand's design. As the family name Weiss, it means it's German for white. Or if you want to use the word Deutsch, it's Deutsch for white. So we can see here white, silver white hair, and just to draw the gaze, we do have blue eyes. I had to lean forward in my chair a bit. And to continue the white theme, we do have the white sleeves and then the white bandages here on the arm, and then the silver on the gauntlet. And it's only broken up with some blue here on the collar. So again, which is a good touch, because if you've already got the pale skin and the white hair, we go straight to black, it's a bit jarring. So having a little blue here, you know, it's like a way to help the gaze adjust before it goes to the harsher black. And again, we have some asymmetry in action, because again, we have a gauntlet on the left hand, and then bandages on the right, which is actually very interesting because if Erkhand is right-handed, like what you can see here, the gauntlet would probably be better suited for the right hand for protection when you're using your sword, and then free up your hand to use a shield. Unless there is like a plot-related reason why Erkhand has a bandaged hand. Maybe it's a magical arm. Maybe it's a transplant, a magical transplant. Kind of like, you know, Fate Stay Night again. Why do I keep talking about Fate Stay Night? Anyway, so, or maybe it just got hurt way too many times punching out people in the gladiator matches. Who knows? But again, questions being raised by the design, which is nice. And then we do have the shoulder pad here. Nice. Helps sell that, you know, this side is a lot bulkier on the left because we have the gauntlet and the shoulder pad. And then barely anything here, just tight bandages on the arm. It makes you question why. What's the significance of this? And then I like the detail on the shin guard and the boots here. These look almost like, you know how Iron Man's earlier armors in the movies had this like scale, this lobster scale design to it. I forgot the term in I think it's like a Latin Roman term, but yes, this is also included in armors like those, a lobster scale like armor overlapping like this, so that at least it's not like a solid piece that can be dented if you strike at it hard enough, but because it's in separate pieces, it can bend as well. It kind of does also resemble Japanese armor in a way, actually, because Japanese armor is made of segments as well. Not as small as this, because this is more like a Western Roman style, but I can see the resemblance. So yes, very nice touch. Let's take a look at the other side. So this is the Centurion. Okay, look at the contrast. Tired, probably broken from all of the endless matches. Look at that, ready to save the day. Okay, and now we do see here, some of the bandages have come off. And if you can see over here on the upper arm, there are a lot of scars. A lot of scars underneath. So probably our guess was right that it's probably due to injury. That's why it's all bandaged up. So we have this. And then the gauntlet, the ordinary looking silver gauntlet here, has been replaced by a more sinister, probably magical gauntlet here, especially with the red pulsing lights over here. And not to mention the spikes. Spikes usually mean evil. usually. But knowing Erkhand, it's probably for a good purpose. And then we are trading more of the black here with more white on the pants, which is a good idea, so that at least we can break away from the black of the boots and the top. We have the white here, and just to make it not so ordinarily white, we also have the belt. And again, I love red, so having the inside of the coat red is a nice way to like really break off from the cooler blue outside. So I like that touch. Because if the blue was on the inside, we already have a lot of like purple, we have black. It's not gonna stand out, but now we can see, boom. It really is a big difference. So I like that touch. And yeah, it's really nice. The sword is also cool. And unlike something like a katana, which has a smoother curve here, it's just edge. It's almost as if someone snapped the katana here and then it became like this. But that's a very interesting blade shape and I like it. It's I I've used pocket knives with blade shapes like these, and they have their uses. But this is a really cool weapon, solid shining black, and then again with the silver hair, really bringing contrast as well. So again, Erkhand, thank you very much for sending in your outfits. I'm I appreciate that. Let's move on to Cone Man. Okay, hold on. Let me just do a very quick refresh here. Hopefully we're able to see if... I'm not sure if other people may have added their designs, but let's just go back here. Hold on, okay? Very quick lang, huh? Okay, so maybe if someone else decided to send in their design, I'm sorry if we were not able to catch that. But in the future, maybe we could try doing this again. But yeah. I did not think, okay? I kept telling people, hey, send me more of your designs. Send me more of your designs. I did not realize that I would be going on and on and on about this. So again, for those of you who are patiently waiting for your designs to be discussed, I greatly appreciate your patience, and I apologize for rambling. But come on, you came over here already. This is part of the experience. All right, so the last one for today is Cone Man VT. So no transparent one, the gender bent one is a bonus. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Very simple design, and what I'd like to see here is that there's a lot of angles here. Really, really angular. Compare it to the gender bent model that you can see here. And then I like the use of red. Again, red, favorite color, love it. And then the gloves, also a nice touch. And we also see, I love the yellow touch here, also in the shading. So we have like red and yellow, probably like, you know, green could be useful also to like really sell like traffic cone. But then again, the cone head itself is a nice idea. If I did not know any better, I would have thought that Cone Man was like an invisible head, and then the cone is a hat. But more than likely, the cone is the head. So very interesting touch here. I've seen like a couple of other VTubers with like TVs as their heads, or microphones as their heads, or radios, but never a cone. So very interesting choice. I like how it looks. It's even better because that at least gives the impression that it's a hat. And I would look, and I think it looks a lot, gives a lot better impression as a hat. So, but if it's a head, that works too. I like how it floats as well. Nice distance here to give it a little bit of space. Because if it was just like here on top of the collar, it would blend in with the dress shirt as well. So that's not a good idea. So giving it that level of space makes it stand out more, and I like this. Very nice. So if we go to the dark colors here of the original model, let's take a look at the gender bent model here. Loads more bright. Lots more brighter colors. We still have the orange here, and as you can see, it is being used as a hat. I like the addition of the yellow ribbon. Tie a yellow ribbon on the whatever tree, something. And then we do see here orange and green streaks on the blonde hair, which is cool. And we do see a lot of orange here on the waistband of the shirt, also here on the cuffs and on the top of the blouse, or the sweater, whatever, I'm not sure. And then also here in the eyes, I like the I've never seen orange eyes, actually. It's either red or brown or yellow in some rare cases, but never orange. So I think this is very good job, Cone Man. Very interesting choice of eye color. Never seen this before. Like it. Okay, and also, if you take a look here, we do have the traffic lights as well. It draws the eyes, yes. It draws the gaze there. Green, yellow, and red. And if you take a look at the gray stripes here, okay? If you look at it closely, you can see a lighter gray square in between. So it's almost, you know, kind of like a crossing, a pedestrian lane, or a road, for example. So we have the green of like the grass, and then we have the gray of a road. We have the orange of the cone, and then we have the 3 lights for the traffic lights. So very interesting choice of colors to, like, you know, represent the different parts of road travel. Right. So Cone Man, thank you very much for sending me your model. Let's just do one more refresh. Okay, so I think we'll take just one more look over here. If we didn't see, yes, traffic light waifu. All right, so let's go ahead and review. We're all good over here. Let's go back to the studio and wrap up. Whew, okay, wow, 3-hour stream. I did not expect there to be so many. My goodness. Well, it wasn't even that many, okay? It was just me talking a lot. Okay, to be fair, I did not expect that I would be talking a lot on a subject that I'm not really good at, which is art. Okay, again, I'm not an artist when it comes to understanding design, but I do know what I like to see in a design. And so far, all of the models that we've seen have done a great job at expressing, you know, their designs, their lore, possible lore rather, and also their, you know, what makes them unique. So thank you everyone again for choosing to share your models with me. I have marked the stream, and so you can take a look at the Twitch VOD, and when I have time I will review and give you reply to your tweets and then tell you which part of the stream you were in. Okay, so that way you'll be able to review my review. You'll be able to take a look at my reviews. And if you want to go ahead and check out the VOD, excuse me, sorry, keyboard not working, hold on. If you want to check out the VOD of the stream, if you want to see it from the very beginning, I will also put timestamps there on YouTube, but go ahead and check out my VODs channel, and you can see it right there. And if you want to see my daily YouTube shorts and any highlight videos, go ahead and check out my main YouTube channel. My next highlight video is going to be airing next week, and it's going to be related to The Legend of Zelda and a very difficult shrine. Okay, so now that we are at the end, again, I cannot stop saying thank you to everyone for your participation. And again, I hope that the stream still brought a little more color to your day. Now, let's go ahead and show some Serjavian Nation love. Kindly let me know who we should be rating for today. So if you have not seen it yet, you can redeem some of your spec coins And then when you do that, you can go ahead and tell me where I need to raid or whom I need to raid. So feel free to go ahead and tell me where we need to go. I may have to make sure to hydrate. Okay. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Fun stream, even if I just caught the last part. Okay, thank you for the stream. Hikari says, one suggestion, sige. I will allow it this time because I think this is like one of your first times being here. So go ahead, tell me who we need to raid. Chrome_TTV. Gotcha. Okay, so next time, feel free to use the coins to redeem. Okay, but for now, I'll go ahead and allow this request. So Chrome TTV is currently playing Minecraft. So let me go ahead and check if they're available. All right, so let's go ahead and do this then. You didn't notice? Okay. Yeah, it's there. The option is there among the redeems, kasi. So, all right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's enter the raid message here. Sorry. And then let's go ahead and raid Chrome TTV and show them some Serjavian Nation love. So once again, I appreciate everybody staying here. I hope this stream brought a little more color to your day. This is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, saying, you take care. Always stay safe and keep the world turning, okay? Bye now. Salamat Svek. Love y'all.